early media narratives have shaped the perception of this brand. So in the United States, I joined the company maybe a little under 2 years ago now. And in that time, our brand communications and marketing teams are relatively new. I started in October of 2023, and I think the team existed maybe a year or two before that. So we're working very hard to tell our own story, to tell our own narrative as a company, as an organization. So who are we? Who is SHEIN? First and foremost, we have no physical stores. So we don't exist in a physical form. We are a digital-first company. We are not predicting trends 6 to 8 months in advance. We are not filling store shelves and racks with tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of items in the hopes that in 6 to 8 months from now, customers are going to want to go into the store and buy them. What we do is we operate fundamentally different. At any one time on the site, we can have about 100 to 200 SKUs of a design that's available at any time. If we see that customer demand is there, we scale up. We create more. If we see that it's not, we try to sell out of that item, and we move on to the next. What this is, it's an agile model that enables us to run at the pace of culture. Okay? And that's the fundamental difference. We're operating in our own lane entirely. We minimize overproduction. We respond to real-time demand. And our business proposition is fundamentally different from other familiar retail names out there. So, how do we market a brand that moves this quickly? For me, it starts with understanding not just what customers are buying, but why are they buying something? We run regional surveys, we track micro-market trends, and we create localized moments that meet the customer where they are. So over time, we've built a framework through which our US marketing team works. First and foremost, number one is insights before ideas. I am not a fan of what I call finger in the wind marketing, right? Oh, my kid loves K-pop. That's great. We've all been in one of those rooms. Insights before ideas. Number two is invest in communities for long-term brand affinity. And then third, don't hesitate to take a little risk. Play in those cultural moments, but do so with authenticity. So I'm going to take you through our first pillar, and this is the idea of insights before ideas. So we have data, as I'm sure all of you do. We were looking at our buying behavior data, and we noticed something that stopped us in our tracks. We noticed that women were buying wedding dresses, affordable wedding dresses, and they were buying a lot of them. So we said, okay, let's talk to our consumer insights team, let's run a survey, let's find out more. In any given weekend, we have an incredibly devoted fan base. We can get between 20,000 to 30,000 respondents in one weekend of a survey. And what we found out very quickly was not only that it was affordable wedding dresses that they were buying, but they were also buying everything for weddings, from their bridal parties to men's suits to their honeymoons to even decor items. So we said, this is really interesting. Okay, where could we amplify something like this so that we have something that's locally powerful and also nationally relevant? And we have our top buying markets throughout the country. They're typically New York, Florida, Texas, California. And we thought, none of those are really resonating with us. It's not working. Let's do an opportunity market, a growth market for the company. And we landed on Las Vegas, which is very synonymous with weddings. And what we did was we created SHEIN Love Chapel. So what SHEIN Love Chapel was a 360, fully integrated marketing campaign where we invited couples for a 2-day immersive experience to Las Vegas, where we Vegas married 30 couples with using Love is Blind stars Lauren and Cameron to officiate some of those weddings. We had celebrity wedding planner Mikey Russo dress each participant in head-to-toe SHEIN. We had a retail pop-up that was on site selling the affordable wedding dresses, selling party attire to match the aesthetic of our SHEIN Love Chapel. We had a content series, SHEIN Love Stories, following 3 of the couples all the way to the SHEIN altar. We had a PR and influencer campaign. We were in CNN, we were in Fortune, we were on local programs in the Las Vegas area. We had out of home, we had billboards targeting people to come to our activation on site. This insight that we have turned into a completely, fully integrated campaign. And rather than me continuing to talk about it, I'm going to show you a little video to play here.
Since we're here today, we have to ask the question, what is love? Is it never having to say you're sorry? Is it blind?
Hey, beautiful. You look gorgeous.
Is it the 1993 single by Trinidadian German singer Hathaway? It is in many ways all these things.
Don't hurt me. All right.
Don't hurt me. That's right. Do you, Nico, take Alexandra? Do you, Ben, take this lovely lady right here to be your joyfully united wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, sickness and health, until death do you part?
I do. I absolutely do.
Do you, Alexandra, take Nico? Monique, do you take Ben to be your joyfully united husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do you part?
I do. Every day I say I do.
So with the power vested in me by the walls of this SHEIN Love Chapel, I now pronounce y'all husband and wife, partner in crime. You may kiss each other. Cry, yes.
You gotta love love. So a moment that started with a single data point, it turned into a national story and a big positive sentiment win for the brand. Okay, next I'm gonna talk about our second pillar, investing in communities for long-term affinity. And that is with our nationwide Campus Ambassador program. So our Campus Ambassador program was started in 2021. With a clear goal to create brand affinity among Gen Z through a community-led network. The Campus Ambassador program enables us to meet with students all over the country and have them work with us in various different ways. What a student needs to do in order to be considered for the program is be with an accredited college or university. And what they do is each one receives a unique code. That code they can give to their family and friends to buy items on the SHEIN website. And from there, they are able to earn commission. Since we started the program in 2021, about 4 years ago now, we've given away $27 million in commissions to these students. That's a lot of money. We've heard from these students that they've been able to pay off their student loans, that they've been able to pay their parents' mortgage, that they've received a lot of confidence, networking opportunities, career opportunities from the work that they've done with SHEIN. And we don't consider our campus ambassadors influencers. We consider them real students who help us understand and best serve the next generation of SHEIN customer. And why does this work? It works because it's loyalty that lasts beyond graduation. We build trust with the ever-important Gen Z audience. It gives students a platform to be very creative. And it leads to career and networking opportunities for these students to grow and to take in their next phase of life. Because when you invest in people, not just transactions, you create brand loyalists for life. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a video. Every summer, we bring our campus ambassadors together for a campus ambassador retreat. The first couple years we did this, we did it in LA. This summer, we held it in Miami. And what it is a 3-day experience, similar to what we're doing here now, where they have networking opportunities, career moments, but they also have a gala where they honor the top ambassadors from the program. And about 150 of these students come together, and it's really fun to watch them have a good time. I'm going to show you this video now.
My favorite part of being a SHEIN campus ambassador is meeting a whole bunch of different people from different states.
I was working 2 serving jobs and drowning in student loan debt, and this program has helped me be able to pay off all of that before I graduate.
My biggest advice to anyone that's thinking about joining is to just do it. That's what I did, and it's brought me so many different opportunities. We've done so many fun things. We got to make charm bracelets. We got to get our hair and makeup done.
Custom fans with our names. And my favorite part here is the glitter tattoo.
Do you want this? Every single thing you want is at your feet. Make them wonder how you keep them at the edge of their seat.
Welcome to the SHEIN Campus Gala. You guys are all our top performing ambassadors in the program, and we're just so excited to be celebrating you guys this weekend.
I hope this is a great experience for all of you, and that you guys will want to come back and join us next year, right?
Erin, I hear you. These students have so much fun. But yes, I do feel old. Okay, moving on. Number 3 is playing in cultural moments, but doing so with authenticity. Now this little case study I'm going to show you, this is relatively new. This happened, the launch happened about 2 weeks or so ago now. And I was like, should I bring this? Should I not bring this? Are we ready? We're going to talk about it. So Sheena Shea, some of you may or may not know, she's from Vanderpump Rules. For any reality TV fans in the audience, that's who she is. So I met with Sheena and her manager before we decided to work together. And Sheena said to us, I love affordable fashion. I dress my daughter Summer, my husband Brock in affordable fashion. I know that my fans love affordable fashion, but I have to be honest with you. My haters online call me Sheena, as a play on her name, Sheena. She's like, would you guys be willing to go in on this with me, flip that on its head, embrace the name Sheena, and do something that makes it as if we're in on the joke? And so we were like, this is a really interesting idea. It's an interesting moment for us to take that cultural stance. But we were like, proing and conning, is this the right thing to do for our brand? Does this make sense? Do we sound like we might be disparaging the brand if we lean too far into this joke? But we ultimately decided this was the right path for us. So we embraced the name Sheena. We allowed her to basically say, I'm gonna flip this, I'm gonna turn it on its head, and I'm gonna own the name that my haters once called me and give them a trendy and fashionable collection for the whole family. So what we did was we timed the collection launch with her memoir release. So she released her memoir. There was a lot of buzz surrounding her, a lot of media moments, and it turned into a campaign that was very exciting for us because we played in that cultural moment. We were very relevant. We knew what the conversation was online, and we leaned in. And we had a lot of great media reception from it. Social media was great. And it just goes to show that if you have one of those moments, it's okay, take a calculated risk and lean in because it will pay off in dividends. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap everything up. So whether it's the SHEIN Love Chapel, whether it's campus ambassadors, whether it's our Sheena Shea collection, the formula is the same. Insights fuel relevance. Relevance builds that connection, and connection drives loyalty. So if I were to give you any advice based off of this presentation today, it's to listen harder than you speak, because the best ideas are already in your data. Second is invest in people, because those people are gonna be your best storytellers for your brand. And third, don't be afraid to play. Culture is where brands become human. And at the end of the day, our story and your brand story should be written by us, not for us. And with that, thank you all so much for letting me be here today, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
All right, thank you so much. We are now in the super fun Q&A portion. So one ask for you all. If you have a question, get that hand up high, and then when you get the mic, please share who you are for everyone in the room, the live stream, and so on, name and title, company, and all that fun.
Hi, my name's Sarah Gross. Sarah Gross, I lead influencer at Allbirds.
Okay.
I'm so obsessed with the Sheena collab, but I also know that it was activated at a time where there was some controversy in her personal life.
Yes.
So I'm just curious, as a brand, what was your deciding factor to continue moving forward, knowing that there was external elements that could have impact?
So you bring up a really great point. And for those of you in the room who do not know what this is Sheena announced in her memoir that her husband had an extramarital affair while she was pregnant. And we looked at that because it was a week right before our launch. And we said, oh goodness, okay, well, this is news. What do we do? And ultimately, we decided that she was coming out with this news because she wanted to embrace it, right? She was like, this is my truth. This is my family. I can't write a book without having this be a part of it. But we thought long and hard, like, should we still go to launch? Should we pull this? Should we not do it? And ultimately, we decided to go through with it because she was supporting her family. The collection that we launched was a whole family collection with Brock and with her daughter. And we said, this is a woman who's gone through trauma, her experience, and she's come out of it stronger with her family and her family unit. And we wanted to support that. Because it happened 4 years ago, but at the same time, it seemed like it happened just then because that's what she launched in her memoir. So ultimately, after many conversations about it, we decided, let's move forward. It's a family collection. She wants to stake a claim that he is my man, this is my family, and we're moving on from this moment. So you're absolutely right. We did have a lot of discussions on that, but ultimately decided to keep going forward.
Lisa, I have to believe that oh goodness was not the response when that came out internally.
Oh dear.
I mean, yes, you're very well polished on stage, but we all know what happened behind closed doors. Yeah.
Hi, Jeff Alderman from ad.com. Love how you're thinking differently out of the box, especially with the the student program, the influencer. You're not going to call it influencer program, but
Campus Ambassador program.
Campus Ambassador. Thank you. It's hard to execute, right? Those programs at scale. Just would love to understand, like, what did year 1 look like when you're kicking it off, and year 2, 3, et cetera. Because now you're in year 4. I'm sure it wasn't like all smooth and sailing year 1.
Yes, so very great question. We have learned a lot over the last 4 years. And a lot of that is by partnering with our campus ambassadors to understand what's working for them, what's not working for them. We started this when they were in COVID, and we learned a lot about what they were dealing with on the campus. So we've evolved the program over the last 4 years. In fact, we know that this is a finite time that they're in college, right? It's typically 4 years. What happens after those years? What's next for them? So we actually created an affiliate program. So that way, when the campus ambassadors essentially graduate from that program, they have another program right after that, which is the affiliate program. And again, we didn't know that when we first started. We didn't know that we were going to need something to be able to encourage these students to keep going after their college careers. But like I said, we grow all the time. We learn from them what they want to see in the program, and we make changes constantly, because if you're not growing and evolving with these students and how they want to appear on campus, online, you're really at a detriment. You have to grow with them and learn from them along the way. Yeah.
We have one over here.
Cheryl Harkins, Dish Media. Hi. The big bad tariffs and how that might be affecting SHEIN. Can you talk a little bit about what your plans are and how you're going to be managing that?
It's a great question. But I will say every day is something new, and we are not the only retailer that is dealing with this, right? So I will just say we take it day by day. We're like everyone else that's in this space. We're learning as we're going along. And that's really all I can say, is that every day brings something new. So we're just kind of riding that wave along with every other retailer. Yeah.
I think we had one over here.
Hi there, Jared Hand, Head of Sales, Rembrandt Media. With your ambassador program, what's your selection criteria for determining if somebody really qualifies and fits with the brand? And then secondarily, have you run into any instances where somebody sort of run afoul of what you are looking for them to do and how they represent your brand? And how do you handle that?
Okay, let's take it first and foremost. What do we look for in a student campus ambassador? Obviously, like I said before, you have to be from an accredited college or university to be considered. And we're really looking for students that have a passion for fashion and a passion for SHEIN. So we have multiple tiers of campus ambassadors in our program. At a certain tier, it requires them to have more education, like I kind of did with the room, on who we are as a brand. And there's also a video interview with somebody from our team. So it's various different levels of participation. And it's exciting because it gives them the opportunity to provide whatever they want to do along the spectrum of participation. And then to your second comment, or second question, is we have zero tolerance policy for any hateful, hurtful, or harmful content. So we make sure that if we see that, we terminate that, we move on from there. But I will say those instances are very few and far between. Mostly these students are so excited to express themselves through fashion. They're out of high school, they're in college, they're like, they're free. So we really let them be as creative as possible to ensure that they're having fun with us, with the brand, and having fun with fashion.
All right, last call for question. Okay, thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it.